Welcome. My name is Peter Strong. I'm a professional psychotherapist specializing in Skype counseling therapy. This is counseling over Skype for anxiety and depression and addictions and other common psychological emotional problems that respond well to online psychotherapy and do not require the use of medications. Typically, medications are not necessary for the vast majority of people who are struggling with anxiety and depression. Really, what you need to develop are specific practical skills for working with your emotions and with your thoughts as well. So most anxiety and depression is caused by habitual reactive thinking. These are habitual processes that generate anxiety and depression. You may also be struggling with OCD or PTSD. And these are, again, due to habitual reactive intrusive thoughts or intrusive memories that cause anxiety and depression. Working with these habits is the primary focus of the mindfulness-based Skype counseling therapy that I teach. So mindfulness therapy is very effective for working with the mind, working with habitual patterns of reactive thinking. It teaches you how to change the relationship that you have to your emotions and thoughts so that they cease to overwhelm you. This is the first part of mindfulness training, is how to develop a conscious relationship with your emotions and thoughts or trauma in which you can observe those thoughts or emotions, but without becoming overwhelmed. And we do this by actually learning how to meditate on the anxiety and depression and traumatic memories directly. We learn how to train ourselves to be with those emotions and thoughts without reacting, without becoming identified with them. That is a critical skill that is necessary for overcoming these habitual patterns of emotional suffering. So that's the first part of mindfulness training, learning how to stop becoming overwhelmed by reactivity, with rumination, with excessive reactive thinking that does not help the underlying emotions heal. The second part of mindfulness therapy that I offer during these counseling sessions involves changing the relationship to one of compassion towards your own emotions and towards your thoughts and memories, so that we can actually help them heal and change in a positive direction so that they cease to cause so much emotional suffering for you. We work with the emotions in a very unique way to promote healing, and this involves working with the imagery of the emotions. So all emotions are based around psychological imagery, that is, how you see the emotion in the mind, the way that it looks to you in the mind, if you look closely at your emotions. So we look to explore the imagery of the emotion. If it's very overwhelming and overpowering, then that is almost entirely due to the fact that the emotional imagery is too large and probably is located above you or in the body somewhere, such as the heart or the stomach or the throat. Its position is a very important part of its imagery, and that position is what creates the emotional suffering, and the size of the imagery creates the intensity of that emotional suffering. There are many other aspects to the imagery of emotions that we will explore during our Skype counseling sessions together. So working with imagery is very important. When you change the imagery of an emotion, you change that emotion. And this is the mechanism by which emotions heal, even if we don't seek psychotherapy for helping that process. When we get over an intense emotion, its imagery changes, and that's what allows us to get over that emotion. Typically, the emotion becomes smaller, and it changes its position. And in the case of getting over an emotion, that tells us that the emotion has moved to a lower position in our awareness. We now are higher than the emotion. That's what it means to get over an emotional trauma or painful emotion. There are lots of interesting things we can do with the imagery of emotions to promote healing. So if you'd like to learn more about mindfulness therapy and online counseling using mindfulness to help you recover from anxiety or depression or addiction or PTSD or other common emotional problems, then please contact me. Send me an email and let's schedule a trial Skype therapy session. The mindfulness therapy approach is extraordinarily effective for most people, and it works very well when delivered online. Most people see quite dramatic changes even after the first couple of sessions. The key is learning how to work with your emotions using mindfulness, and you will be able to do this yourself between sessions, and that's really what makes this approach so powerful. Not only do you learn how to work with your emotions, but you're able to practice these techniques yourself and develop the skills that you need for promoting emotional well-being and healing. So if you'd like to learn more, please reach out to me by email and let's schedule the first Skype counseling session. Thank you.